Bonjour everyone. So today we are going to learn a new lesson which is leçon 11, Bon voyage. So what are our lesson objectives of the day? So the first one is we are going to learn about l'expression c'est. We are going to look at how do we use c'est and other nouns. The second one is we are also going to learn about les villes en France, or the cities in France. The second one we are going to learn over here about le pronom personnel. Before this we learned a lot of different personal pronouns, but today we are going to learn a new personal pronoun which is on. Okay, so the third one over here, it is to learn about the futur proche. Futur proche, which means that it is the near future tense. For example here, if in English you want to say I am going to eat, okay, so in French it will be the same, je vais manger. You already learned what is je vais, so you need to add just another verb. So what about number 4? We will learn some of the vocabularies that are important for the lesson. And the last one, we will learn about how to actually do la compréhension écrite, okay, or the reading or text comprehension. Part 1, as we can see, we are going to learn on the expression c'est and les villes en France. Over here, as you can see, the first point for our expression c'est is by using c'est plus lieu. What is lieu? It is a place, okay? So, but as we learned before this, when we want to add a place, especially countries and also even places, we need to put in a preposition, okay? How do we actually form the c'est? It is derived from se, okay? And then you also have the verb et, so you know that you cannot have vowel plus vowel, so your expression will be c'est. C'est means this is or it is. Let's look at some of the examples. If you want to say it is at the United States of America, you can say c'est aux États-Unis. C'est aux États-Unis. Okay? C'est aux États-Unis. If you want to say that it is in Belgium, c'est en Belgique. C'est en Belgique. Okay? Next one is c'est au bord de la mer. It is at the seaside. Okay, it is at the seaside. As you can see, the word bord, it is a masculine word. So remember before this we did. So the preposition should be au. Okay. So what about c'est à l'aéroport? It is at the airport. Aéroport is actually a masculine word, yeah, okay, but the problem here is that the word starts with a vowel. So remember, if the word starts with a vowel, you cannot put au because u is also a vowel, so you need to put a, l'aéroport, et l apostrophe. Next, if you want to say it is at the north side of the island, c'est au nord de l'île. Okay, c'est au nord de l'île. And the last one, c'est au sud de la Malaisie. It is at the south of Malaysia. Okay. Next over here, these are the cardinal points, okay, or les points cardinaux. What are the cardinal points? As we all know, it is the famous north, south, east, west. Okay, so what is the nord in French? It is le nord. Okay, you can try to repeat after me. It is le nord. What is the south? It is le sud. le sud. The east is less. Less. What is the west? The west is l'ouest. L'ouest. Less. L'ouest. Okay? If you want to say that it is at the north, you can say c'est au nord. What about it is at the south? It is c'est au sud. What about it is at the east? C'est à l'est. And the last one, if it is at the west side, it is c'est à l'ouest. Okay? Next, the second point for l'expression c'est, it is c'est plus adjective. So if you want to introduce the adjectives, you can also use it by using c'est. Look at the first example. C'est parfait. It is perfect. Okay? So c'est sympa. It's nice. C'est joli. It's beautiful. It's pretty. Okay? C'est cher means it's expensive. C'est super. It's superb. Okay? The last one here, c'est calme. It's calm. Okay? So that's how you introduce the adjectives by starting with c'est. So these are the 5 ways to say that you like it. You know, when you like something, you can also use these expressions, which are the first one, c'est bon. C'est bon. When you are eating something, you can say it's good, c'est bon. Next is c'est sympa, it's nice. C'est génial, it's fantastic. C'est mignon, it's cute. C'est chouette, it's cool. Okay? The third way of using the expression c'est is by using c'est plus article plus nom. So you will have the noun after the c'est. Let's look at one of the example. So the first one is c'est un hôtel. It's a hotel à 5 étoiles. So un hôtel à 5 étoiles, it means 5 stars hotel. The second one, c'est une chambre avec une terrasse. So it's a room with a terrace. The last one is c'est un lieu touristique. It is a touristic place. Okay, so you need to have your article and then your noun. Okay. Number 4, this is number 4. We can use c'est with personne. So you can put either a person's name or a person's, for example, father, mother, after the word c'est. Let's look at the examples. So the first one is c'est Lorraine. C'est Lorraine. So it's Lorraine. The second one is c'est mon fils et ma fille. It's my son, okay, and my daughter. Okay, so you can also use with c'est. The last one over here is c'est son ami. This is her friend. This is his friend. Okay. These are the top 10 largest cities of France. So as you can see, the first one is the famous Paris, Lille, Strasbourg, Lyon, Nice, Marseille, Montpellier, Toulouse, Bordeaux, Nantes. Okay? So the first one over here, this is Paris. Paris se trouve au centre nord de la France. So Paris is located at the central north of France. What about the second one? So this is Strasbourg. So Strasbourg se trouve au nord-est de la France. So Strasbourg is located at the northeast of France. The third one over here is Lille. Yeah? So Lille se trouve au nord de la France. Lille is located at the north side of France. Next is Nice. As you can see, we also have beach, yeah, beach and seas in France. So Nice se trouve au sud de la France. Nice is located at the south side of France. This is Nantes. Nantes se trouve à l'ouest de la France. It is at the west side of France. And here, it is not part of the top 10 largest city of France, but it is a very beautiful village, village and city. Small city, it is called Besançon. It is a green city. So Besançon se trouve à l'est de la France. Besançon is located at the east side of France. Okay. So now let's continue with part 2. So this is the personal pronoun. It's either nous or on. Before this, we learned about nous, right? So nous means we, okay? We. So what is on? On is actually the same as nous. So it actually has the same meaning as nous, which is we. But the difference is that on is normally used in an informal situation where, for example, you use it in text messages with your friends, or if you want to speak with someone, normally you will use on. But nous, it is more in a formal situation where you use it for formal messages, formal emails, for example. But sometimes you can also find on in the academic writings. So it depends on the context and situation too. Okay, so let's look at some of the examples in this. So the first one, on visite l'île de Penang. On visite l'île de Penang. Okay, so we visit the Penang Island. Nous visitons l'île de Penang. We visit Penang Island. We visit the Penang Island. Okay, so it's going to use in the same way. Okay, so if, for example, you want to use nous instead of on, it is also, you can also use it in the same way. So no problem. So the second one is on prend l'avion pour y aller. Nous prenons l'avion pour y aller. So we take the airplane for going there, to go there. So in English it will be to go there. So this is a direct translation. What about this one then? On va au cinéma ce soir. Nous allons au cinéma ce soir. So we are going to the cinema this evening. It will be the same meaning for English. Next, what is the next usage of on? It is légion. As you can see just now, it was by using the second person of the personal pronoun, yeah, it's by using we. But on can also be used for the generalization of the people. For example, here it is les gens, the people. For example, if you want to say at the Martinique, the people speak French, okay? So what do you say in French? It is à la Martinique, on parle français. À la Martinique, on parle français. So, à la Martinique, les gens parlent français. So, even though you are not from the Martinique, you can use on, okay, to refer to the people. Next one, in Malaysia, the people speak several languages. So, en Malaisie, on parle plusieurs langues. En Malaisie, les gens parlent plusieurs langues. So both are acceptable. So now, how do we conjugate the pronoun on? Okay, so the pronoun on shares the same conjugation as the singular third person il or elle. Okay, so it means that when you want to conjugate il with the verb aller, you are going to say il va, right? Elle va, he goes, she goes. So, if you want to use on, you need to conjugate the same way. So, it's going to be on va. Okay, what about the verb visiter, to visit? Il visite, elle visite, on visite. Okay, what about the last verb, the verb prendre, which means to take? Il prend, elle prend, on prend. Okay, so you are going to use the same conjugation. Okay, so now we are going to look at some of the sentences. For example, the first one, on va à la piscine. Okay, so we are going to the swimming pool. He goes to the swimming pool. Il va à la piscine. So we are using the same conjugation of the verb. The second one, on visite le musée. We visit the museum. Elle visite le musée. She visits the museum. Next one is the verb prendre. On prend le bus. Il prend le bus. Elle prend le bus. Okay, so you can use the same conjugation of the verb prendre. Next, this is just another example of the verb, which is the verb voyager. So if you want to make it simpler, okay, you can use the pronouns here, je, tu, and then you can put il slash elle slash on. Okay, so it means that on will use the same conjugation. Je voyage, tu voyages, il voyage, elle voyage, on voyage, vous voyagez, nous voyageons, il voyage, elle voyage. Okay? So now we are now in part 3, which is le futur proche. What is the futur proche? It is the near future tense. In French, there are two parts. Okay, there are two parts of the le futur proche. The first one is the conjugation of the verb aller. Okay, so it needs to be the verb aller. Okay, because even in English, you are going to say, I am going to do this, I am going to do that, right? So it is the verb to go. The second one, it is the infinitive of the action verb. What is an infinitive? Infinitive is a root word, yeah? It is the root verb. Okay, so for example, je vais manger la banane. I am going to eat the banana. So the first one, you are going to conjugate the verb aller, je vais. But the second verb that you are going to use, you do not need to conjugate it. Okay, so the second verb should be the original verb. For example, here, this is the er verb of the verb manger, to eat. So you leave it that way. You do not conjugate. So here it's going to be je vais manger la banane. Okay? So here are just some of the examples of other verbs. So you can use, for example, tu vas nager. You are going to swim. On va parler. We are going to talk. Nous allons danser. We are going to dance. The last example that I can give, je vais chanter. I am going to sing. Okay, now let's continue with part 4. So part 4, we are going to learn some vocabularies of le voyage. I'm going to pronounce each word and you can try to pronounce after me. So the first one here, le premier jour. Second one, vous partez. Third one, là. Fourth one, jusqu'à votre hôtel. The fifth one, au bord de la mer. 6, à côté de la plage. 7, une terrasse. 8, la mer. 9, la montagne pelée. 10, une île. 11, une agence de voyage. 12, à la réception. 13, it is donner un conseil. Next, la salle de sport, l'air conditionné, la plage, le bar, la salle de bain, une douche, une baignoire, la piscine, le petit déjeuner, l'avion, voyager, une visite guidée, croisière. Okay, so those are the vocabularies. Now let's continue with part 5, which is la compréhension écrite. So we are going to learn more on this during the lecture class, but today I will just read you the whole text. Okay. So now what is the title? The title is Bon voyage, bon voyage. Bien. Alors, le premier jour, vous partez de Paris et vous arrivez à l'aéroport de Fort-de-France. Là, vous prenez un bus jusqu'à votre hôtel, la Marina, à l'ouest de l'île. On est au bord de la mer? Oui, c'est un hôtel à côté de la plage. Votre chambre a une terrasse en face de la mer et il y a une salle de bain dans la chambre? Oui, bien sûr, monsieur. Une salle de bain, le téléphone, la télévision et l'air conditionné. Et dans l'hôtel, vous avez 2 bars, 2 restaurants, des boutiques et une piscine. Ah, c'est parfait! Et on visite l'île aussi? Oui, en hélicoptère. Vous allez aussi en bus à Fort-de-France et à Saint-Luce au sud, à la montagne Pelée et à Saint-Pierre au nord. Ah, bien sûr, visitez le musée Gauguin à côté de votre hôtel, c'est très sympa. Okay, so and you can look at the map over here to help you understand the whole story. And you can try to answer the questions. So, à partir du texte, trouvez. Okay, based on the text, find les lieux touristiques, l'expression c'est and le pronom personnel on. Here are some pictures of the places that was mentioned in the dialogue. The first one is le Fort de France. The second one is Saint-Luce au sud. Over here is la montagne Pelée, la ville de Saint-Pierre, and the last one is le musée Gauguin. So what is the conclusion of our last topic of the semester? So the first one we learned about the expression c'est, l'expression c'est, and then how do you use it? You use it using the nouns, different nouns, different adjectives, okay? And then we also learn about 10 different cities in France, les villes en France. We also learn about the nous and on. Okay, we learn about a new personal pronoun which is on, and it has the same meaning as nous. The third one is we learn about le futur proche, how you want to say that you are going to do something. So you can use je vais, the verb aller, and then you need to plus with the infinitive of another action verb. The vocabulary, the fourth one, we learn about la vocabulaire of the voyage, le voyage. Number 4 is la compréhension écrite. We learn about the text, which we will learn more during the lecture class. Okay, so that's all for this lesson. So merci beaucoup and bon voyage. Au revoir.